All right. Peace and blessings of South Pole, the Success Scholar. Shakur, me here. Thank you all for tuning in, listening in. Man. I'm going to take some time. Well, first, I'm heading down to the NNPA conference, where last night, was the opening chairman's reception at the Gaylord Hotel, and on the National Harbor. So, making some connections there, connecting the dots with key builders, key thinkers, key workers, and thinkers. So, just making my connections. And matter of fact, I got a very bad connection, but it's going. Hopefully it keeps going. But so I wanted to talk about the controversy. Many people have inboxed me or text me, and honestly, the only particular thing I have to say is, people are going to have disagreements, and not everybody going to be for you. And unfortunately for me, at one time I used to get upset with the lack of development, lack of growth. But then I had to learn to be wiser about my organizational sophistication and analysis, and how effective I'm being. And there's a difference between those that are just out here talking and laughing and rapping and clapping and talking real loud and not saying much, and those that are getting the work done. See, I actually get work done. This is why, for instance, in Baltimore, I was personally selected by some of the team members on the mayor's team to participate in the youth forum. Yes, personally selected. And what's interesting is, these particular individuals, when there was a recent Black Males event in Baltimore, there weren't any of them around. So I'm like, you only get want people to show up when you're doing a lecture, or if you want people to support your little shows, or just something anti-intellectual. Only thing I want to participate in is something giving knowledge and sharing knowledge, and something with individuals that have integrity. So I wanted to talk about, for instance, the targeting of Tupac and the Shakurs. And I had to, kind of differentiate the two, just so people will know. I went and saw the movie, and we did talk about it Tuesday on another radio show that I was on. I'm getting a lot of offers to be on radio shows. That's why I'm going here to NNPA, over 211 black-owned newspapers. So you know how the Success Scholar is going to do it. Just connecting the dots, networking, meeting people, showing up looking sharp, sounding sharp, thinking sharp, skill development, mindset change. That's what's going to put me and others on a different level than everybody else. So with that being said, someone mentioned in this controversy how there are some individuals in Baltimore that have a difference of opinion with me. Well, let me just say this. People read the news about Baltimore. It's a very oppressed and depressed environment. People are struggling, people are frustrated, people are angry. And so this dead death mindset tends to creep up into different social interactive dynamics. You have people that, for the most part, if most people that born and raised in Baltimore, I call it Baltimoreization, right? The term Baltimoreization stems from a term that came out of a sociological term from several books that I read. The Who Needs the Negro, as well as the truly underclass, I believe, by Julius Wilson, and not to necessarily quote either of their works. Sidney Wilhelm, the book Who Needs the Negro, and the truly truly underclass, I believe the name of that book was. But what was happening right now, for instance, there is a type of this grasp for resources, where humans, who have historically have had their means provided, through, gather, hunting, etc. Now in a contemporary society, have to develop a type of skill development, have to beg for jobs, have to do whatever to feed themselves. And and we can look at the homeless population, for instance, in Baltimore. We know that, people did not grow up and aspire to say, I want to be homeless. You feel me? Right? So they didn't aspire to do that. And so what's happening is people are through the breakdowns of the family, the breakdowns of economic cohesion and social cohesiveness, to go out here, focus, study, learn the skills and talents, and organize themselves for hunting and gathering. Individuals are, upset, angry, and depressed, right? And so many individuals actually give up. They give up on life. They feel defeated. People, don't respect you if you don't produce. You don't have the power to earn. You can't feed yourself, or or you can only feed yourself on different levels, right? And so, me being conscious for over some 20-something years, I understood much of this, and I've been, the most giving individual, supporting individuals to many, certainly in the Baltimore area. But what happened, and what has happened, when the time came when I, when folk realized that, that I was going to be a little bigger, and that I was going to grow and elevate to another level, individuals began to think, oh, you're going to eat more than me. That's not supposed to happen. How are you gonna be more successful? It's because I work. It's because I work harder. I work smarter, right? I learn 21st century skills, 21st century networking skills, right? And I position myself, and I develop proper alliances using my 5 senses, using my body, right? Using knowledge, enhancing other people's skills and talents and knowledge out here in the marketplace, so that individuals can become more valuable, so that they can feed themselves, they can house and clothe. You have to position yourself. If you don't grow your own damn food, right? Hear me. If you don't grow your own damn food, you don't own any land, straight up. If you don't own any land anywhere, which the land has been stolen, you don't have a big building where that somebody pay you to rent, right? You don't have 21st century skills, and you a hyper consumer because you've been taught to be a hyper consumer, right? You will be eliminated, right? So, when people tell me, here's what's happening. You have individuals with undiagnosed slave mentality, right? A deep-rooted, deep-seated slave mentality, right? And, like I said, I've read 100 books a year for 11 years. And I'm finishing the work of Dr. Amos Wilson. Whether anyone, wish to understand, comprehend, or acknowledge that, this is some real success scholar work that I'm putting in, right? So, with that being said, when people make these accusations, sometimes I had to think deeply about who I actually am, right? And, I got to think deeply about history, right? Now, check this. And I just discovered this, and this was like, wow, this is serious. Well, of course, people know that Prodigy died of Mobb Deep. Prodigy of Mobb Deep transition. And 50 Cent wrote a little article saying how Prodigy told him that that the law enforcement ATF wanted Prodigy to put a gun in 50 Cent's car, right? So you have a situation where Prodigy refused to do it. But you got to ask the question, like, wow, folk that serious, they want to get somebody that serious that they going to put a gun on them. And then I think about the Tupac All Eyes on Me film and how Tupac got set up for that rape charge, and how he got set up. And I don't know who, but I ain't going to speculate. But he thought that it was Biggie and Biggie's people. But, again, I'm from the streets, so I know that that folks will smile in your face and get you robbed, like, for real. I mean, people, it's real cruddy. I can imagine how it is today. Like, these little young hoppers on various substances, back when I was out, people weren't popping mollies and whatever, the damn cough syrup and K2 and whatever, all these other crazy smoking blunts all day, so I can't imagine, the mindset of what's going on. But I think about that. I think about how, police were targeting the Tupac and Geronimo Pratt, all throughout their life. Now, there's going to be a discussion coming up. We're going to examine more of that because, again, I'm, being Haki Shakur, however anybody want to choose to acknowledge it, I'm beginning to think and believe, and I'm going to suggest that many of these individuals out here, if they are not necessarily direct under various law enforcements, they are. So, I believe sincerely, that people are out here for whatever reason. Maybe these people bored because ain't nobody like breaking any laws or whatever. But I'm willing to bet that many of these people, who may have a criminal records or who have been, approached by various FBI agencies, they're out here creating discontent amongst the decent and upright individuals. And, again, not everybody is out here committing criminal offenses, and so criminal revolutionary offenses, or whatever you prescribe to believe. But it's just how the slave master tends to want to think that they can come in and tell people what to do, tell people how to live, and control people, putting their nose in everybody's business. But again, to the intelligence agencies, not everybody is a criminal. So go look at the little Charleston shooter. Go look at the shooter in Alexandria. That's who you need to be spending your time targeting and watching. You need to be watching those individuals that have a propensity to commit various heinous acts. Not worrying about the success gala. I mean, my message is pretty simple. Yes, I have a lot of associates because I need to know what's going on. But again, some of you need to just mind your business and not just target people because of their name is Shakur. So I say to those out here in the Baltimore area that wanna jump on people bandwagons talking about don't nobody like you or whatever. I mean, don't nobody have nothing. No one has anything really tangibly, qualitatively, quantitatively to say, really. I mean, it's my record is clean, no doubt. I'm clean as a whistle, clean in a baby backside. So I don't commit criminal activities, and well, I had some juvenile stuff, but yeah. So no, but and I know that some people will try to hold that against you. Some people will try to say, "Look what you did when you were 10." Like, I mean, they'll go back. You were 8 years old. You stole some candy. Well, hell, the presidents of this nation stole land and raped and robbed and pillaged. Are we, condemning everybody for everything? So I'm saying, fortunately for me, as an adult, I was, had enough decency and quality, not a drug user, alcoholic, no baby mamas, and no child support, and no history of hanging in unsavory environments. So fortunately, I had a decent enough life to where it allowed for me to get into different spaces. And now individuals are rather upset, because I co-authored a best-selling book with Les Brown and Dr. George Frazier. So some individuals, they see that I'm way beyond the scope of the average little so-called conscious RBG individual. That's right. I've moved beyond that. I have options. I'm not sitting here, I'm not sitting here stuck, and that's the power of, having a sharp mind, being in attune to what's going on, able to maneuver, right? Able to maneuver, able to position myself for massive superstar success, right? And that's why I just got back from Miami, from the African American Film Festival, right? And that's why I'm heading down here to NNPA, National Newspapers Publishers Association, right? So again, I'm going to win, I'm going to win, people are going to wake up to the qualitative work, the most relevant, practical, empowering, scholastic work, the most historically accurate analysis, right? Yes, absolutely. The foundation has been laid, for sure. Absolutely. I've been putting in this work in the DMV, putting in work. Building allies with quality builders, quality thinkers. Absolutely, no question. I have interviewed hundreds, I say about 70 interviews online thus far that I've done with eLife Media. Quality individuals, builders, thinkers, readers, persons that are educated on different levels. So I've been to the Power Networking Conference 4 times, right? 4 times, learned from the best and brightest. I read 100 books a year for 11 years. I'm a healthy, holistic brother. That's right, honorably discharged, right? 5 years honorably discharged. So things are happening, things are popping, things are moving forward, making progress, on many different levels. So I'm super excited, super happy, feeling good about everything. Just got to get over these little humps. Had a little, crazy stuff happen in Baltimore. Somebody hit my car. Now I got to deal with the insurance. People not want to answer their phones. Didn't report the accident. So I'm like, but I got the tag numbers. Damn, little criminals. So, again, so if I say some things that may appear to be a little antagonistic, I didn't run away from the hood like many people, like saying they escaping. But, situations like that make you think like, damn, you live in a war zone. You live in a war zone. And when I tried to have a store, a black store, not a single one. Well, there was a few of them that supported me. They came through once or twice. I ain't gonna say that. So people, they know who they are. They came through once or twice. Jabari and Nati, a few individuals. Donnie Glover came through. A few of them came through once or maybe 2 times. But we tried to build right in the heart of Pennsylvania, North Avenue. I had a store right there. But so I've earned my quals and credentials. But we have, agent provocateurs out here. We have agent provocateurs, and I know it from reading. I know it from reading Agents of Repression. I know it from reading the FBI War on Black America. Yeah, I know that there are people out here they probably got social media on lock, and you all silly people reading these people's posts and think, oh man, damn, you must not be nobody. Yeah, so they try to discredit you, and that's why for me it's so good that I'm a quality brother, upstanding brother, and no track record of deviancy and degeneracy. No cigarette smoking, drug abuse, looking good, feeling good. That's right. People can't look at me and be like, yeah, man, you look like you doing something. Look at him. Like these people do for other individuals. You won't catch me using the N-word profusely. So, that's where individuals begin to look at people's character. No baby mamas out here. So that's a conscious decision that I made to be an example, a role model for our community. So, again, I'm not going to, I take ownership for responsibility, but, progress is being made, no doubt. And, the right people, the intelligent people, the healthy, the empowered, the thinkers, the builders, they know, especially if they in the DMV. Everybody that's somebody know who hot in the DMV and Baltimore area. That's right. They know. And so if you don't see me speaking somewhere, after all the work that I've done, after all the support that I've given to different people, different organizations, different institutions, put my own pennies together, while other people manipulate populations to go spend money in clubs, and buy, alcohol and weed with it. So, if I don't respect you, it's because you did. So I'm not, going to sit here and worry. I got, plenty of success-minded individuals. I can go up in different events and people know me, and I don't have time to go places. I'm in the book with Les Brown and Dr. George C. Frazier. I don't need to be running around and people looking at me like I'm just a regular little Joe. I don't need to do that anymore. I paid my dues, ain't no question. But some people, the right people. I tell you what's gonna happen. I'm gonna find the right people. That's the smart, the empowered millionaires. That's who will, and holistic, healthy people, healthy vegans. That's not like caught up in the streets and not just trying to be a vegan to smoke some damn weed and say they holistic and they natural, they vegans, but they puff and passing. So again, the rise of the success scholar is here. Ain't no question. In my mind, I'm gonna build my own superior, empowered platform. I can finance the revolution. I can finance the freedom movement. Progress is being made. I will not succumb to the slave mentality of others. So I say, for those that want to support a real movement, the most conscious movement, the most progressive movement, the most relevant, scholastic, historically accurate movement of this time. If you want to be a part of history, I say be on the right side of history. We are doing things that no one else has the conceptualization and skills and the network to make happen, right? Not many are able to be that diverse, to be that skilled, to be that multi-talented, to be able to mix and interact and have intelligent conversations without being ideological, without telling people that they need to wear a turban, that they need to put L or Bay on the back of their name, or if they need to stand on the street corner and yell at people, Just live an upright life, a quality life, right? Build, learn, educate yourself, right? Be productive, be healthy, right? So that's what I'm standing for. That's what the Success Scholar movement stands for. Again, I've read 100 books a year for 11 years. If you know somebody that have done that, you let me know. You let me know. Matter of fact, I tell you what, I give everybody, if you can find somebody that has read 100 books a year for 11 years, you let me know, because let me just break this down, right? Because I don't want people to get this thing twisted. I know, for instance, what Anthony Robbins has done. Anthony Robbins, big time motivational Caucasian speaker. He speaks all over the world. He said that he read 100 books a year for 7 years, right? Now, what's the difference between me and him? Just the difference in skin color. I realize that, but here's the thing. I co-authored a book with Les Brown and Dr. George C. Frazier, and there's one hater in Baltimore once said, who I think I am, or something to that effect. You a co-author. I was like, nah, that's like Tupac starting off with Digital Undergrounds before he became the hottest MC in history, right? That's what that's like. All right, that was my international awakening. That was my international awakening, huh? So I know that I don't fit into everybody's mode of what they think, but again, pound for pound, I'm the most quality, well-rounded person you'll ever meet. That go for anybody listening to this. The most relevant, empowered library out here, no question in my mind. Ain't too many people that have a library like the Success Scholar. I've been studying the most relevant issues. I didn't go to a particular university to be trained one way, right? I study what's relevant and empowering. See, I can think a little bit differently than the rest of these teachers and trainers out here. So that's my slight edge. That's that competitive advantage. That's why I can say I'm without a doubt, confident in my abilities. So, not everybody gonna recognize, but I'm a boss up. I'm gonna boss up down here in NPA. I'm a boss up down here in NPA. I'm gonna, bring it with these, folk. Like, yes, look, yeah, we got this film, and we got, yes, I'm in a book with Les Brown, Dr. George Frazier. Yes, Les Brown speaks all over the world, and he gets, what was it? Once he gets, paid $50,000 and $100,000 to speak. Yes, so the Success Scholar will, no question, definitely, without a doubt, should be, earning that. Yes, I have that level of knowledge, that level of depth, and I won't position myself to accept anything less. So I see that's just how I'm positioned. That's just the knowledge that I got. That's how I'm gonna market myself. And so more and more people are gonna wake up to this manifested reality. I know some people are not gonna understand why he would think like that. I got a little Tupac in me, right? That's Shakur. Yeah, that's that Shakur thing coming out. All eyes on high key, right? So again, whether anybody gonna agree or people don't think I know enough people, or I'm not that big or whatever, it's happening. It's happening. People are gonna wake up, to this most relevant, empowering, scholastic message. I've been marketing books for years, to plenty of builders. So the right people. That's, I want you all to know, you only need a few people. I learned that from network marketing. You only need a few individuals, one or two, one on your right, one on your left. You only need a few people to get you to where you need to go. So I'm just saying that, again, I'm gonna boss up a little bit. I'm gonna boss up because knowledge is the greatest. Knowledge is everything, right? When you have the right knowledge and you can apply this right knowledge, you can make progress. Absolutely. So I'm excited about this NMPA conference here. Was here last night, networking, meeting, and building with some different quality builders, and so progress is definitely being made. Man, shoot, I didn't think about how long this traffic was, but yeah, so definitely stay tuned. Holler at the Success Scholar on each and every Monday, eLife Media. We got this film Black Friday coming. Definitely peep it, check it out. We're making moves, going to another level. Stay connected. I'm out. Peace.